The salty ocean breeze whipped across my face as I walked along the desolate boardwalk of a small coastal town called Harbor Cove. It was a dark and stormy night, with menacing clouds concealing the moon. The streets were empty, and a sense of unease filled the air. It had been raining for days, and the rumor in the town was that the weather mirrored the turbulence brewing in the shadows. My name is Jake Donovan, a frustrated writer who had spent years trying to find the muse for my next great novel. However, on that night, I wasn't concerned with writing. Something had happened that had drawn me into the heart of a mystery that would haunt me for a long time. It all began when I found a blood-stained handkerchief on the boardwalk. I picked it up cautiously and saw bloodstains leading away into the shadows. Curiosity got the better of me, and I started to follow the bloodstains, unsure of where they would lead. The footprints led me to a dilapidated house on the outskirts of town. The house appeared to have been abandoned for years, but the fresh blood at the entrance told a different story. I ventured into the darkness of the house, and there I found a dying figure on the floor. It was a young woman with severe wounds on her body. With a weak voice, she pleaded for my help. Without hesitation, I called 911 and waited desperately for help to arrive. The woman could barely utter her name, Lily, before falling into a deep unconsciousness. The ambulance arrived shortly after, and Lily was taken to the hospital. I was left behind, feeling helpless and distressed about what I had discovered. I decided to investigate on my own, convinced that there was something dark behind all of this. I started asking questions around town, and found out that Lily was an outsider who had recently arrived in Harbor Cove. Nobody knew much about her past, and her arrival had been shrouded in mystery. Some whispered that she had fled troubles in the big city and had brought a dark secret with her. As I delved deeper into my investigation, I encountered a group of men at the harbor who seemed to be involved in illicit activities. They watched me with hostile eyes and warned me to stop asking questions. I knew I was getting into something dangerous, but my desire to uncover the truth was stronger than my fear. Over time, I discovered that Lily was somehow connected to these men. Her arrival in the town hadn't been a coincidence. She had been part of a sinister game where the stakes were high and lives were at risk. I realized I was in the midst of a web of deception, betrayal, and crime. The night grew darker, and the wolves howled in the distance, an echo of the threat looming over the town. With each revelation, I came closer to the heart of the mystery, but I also ventured into dangerous territory. Lily's story and the men from the harbor became intertwined with mine in a way I could have never imagined. I confronted the men, demanding answers and justice, but soon I realized I had underestimated the darkness that lurked within their souls. The Night of Wolves culminated in a deadly confrontation at the dilapidated house where I had found Lily. The fate of all of us was sealed in that dark corner of the world. The mystery was solved,